special welcome for James and Clarabelle Perryman here this evening, because this is their day. Let's give them a round of applause. He really doesn't know how to act, because we didn't let him help us put this thing together, and this is the first time in 37 years that we've done something here at Kinta that he didn't have a part of it, so he's kind of lost. But at this time, I'm going to ask Ralph Carpenter to come and give us the invocation, and then I'll explain how we're going to serve the food to you.
Our Heavenly Father, we're thankful that we have the opportunity to assemble ourselves together in honor of a man such as Mr. Perryman. Lord, he's meant so much to each one of us. Lord, he has been a part of so many lives here at Kinta. Lord, we just pray that you'll bless him as he goes on the rest of his life around here. Just bless him and his family. Lord, we just thank that we live in a country that we can have meetings such as this. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with our leaders. Lord, now as we have this supper in honor of Mr. Perryman, we just pray that you bless this food and nourish our body. These things we ask in thy name. Amen.
Yeah.
That's the way it was down in Central City. There you go. Waiting on everybody else to get there. Perryman, we don't do that easy. Put it down for you.
Oh, gotcha.
You'll enjoy it. While we're thinking about the meal, I want to thank Joe Bullard. When Leo came by the store and mentioned that we might do this, we're going to have Joe Bullard cook them, and that's all it took to get me to participate, because you've enjoyed this steak tonight, and Joe Bullard is responsible for preparing those. So let's give him a nice round of applause. Catherine Ogle and Wanda McClary worked in the kitchen all day, cooking the rest of the meal, and let's give them a nice round of applause. And the meal wouldn't have happened without a coordinator, and Steve Pixler has worked 2 weeks solid, almost, getting the orders right, and the amount of groceries we needed, and getting the meat ready, and having it here on time. And so we just need to give Steve Pixler a special thank you for working in the background and making this meal happen. I don't have a long list of introductions. I feel that we're here to honor this special person, or these two people, and I feel that everyone here knows them real well. However, there are some people here that many of us around Kinta don't know very well, and I'd just like to say thank you again to those members of the Perryman family that came here this evening. And if you would stand, and the people from Kinta would like to give you a hand, the members from the Perryman family. We thank each of you for coming out here this evening, but most of all, we thank you for sharing James and Clarabelle with us for the past 37 years. We're going into the program, and we wanted some of the former students to have some comments about their years at Kinta High School and their years in the VOAG class here. And of course, after 37 years and 38 graduating classes, it wasn't hard to come up with people, so we had to screen pretty closely who we selected. We had a lot of people wanted to say something about Mr. Perryman. I don't know why. Without any further ado, I want to call Jerry Fowler to come and make his comments at this time. Jerry Fowler. I don't remember what year these guys graduated, and they may not want to remember either.
If y'all don't excuse me, I'll wear my hat to cover up my gray hair. Well, they asked me if I'd say a few words or give a speech or something. I can't give a speech. Give a speech, we're going to have to wait for Joe Ogle or Billy Harold Cummins, some of those politicians. And if we hear a story, we're going to have to call on Jay Boggs, or maybe Odell Farrell might do that. But this is really a nice turnout for Mr. Perryman, and we're so proud that everybody can be here. And it is an honor and a privilege for me to be here tonight. And I guess that's the reason I never was I could make a politician, because every time I get in front of people, I get scared to death. And Mr. and Mrs. Perryman came here just a few years before I graduated. I would tell you, I guess I could tell you when I graduated. It was back, I started up here in '52, so y'all can figure out about what year I graduated. Billy Harold said 58 or 59, but Mr. Perryman had been here some 3 or 4 years, I think, when I came here. And him, Mr. Perryman, Mrs. Perryman were just a kind of an ideal model couple when they arrived here. Maybe they had one child at that time, and then they raised a big family here. And then after 37 years of teaching and living in this community, I guess we could all still say that they are still a model couple. So I am very privileged to get to say just a few words for him. Some of the things I remember about the classes here, they didn't have all these little buildings stubbed out here when I come up here. Just had that one long building, and even as smart as I am, I wound up in the study hall for about an hour a day, and I never have figured that out yet, because that wasn't any place for me, because I was too smart to be in the study hall. But Mr. Perryman would come and pick out some kids in the study hall to go help him work cattle and stuff. And I heard them old hoot owls would sleep with one eye open. That's the way I done my studying in the study hall, with one eye open. I'd have one eye on my book and one eye on that door. And as soon as he walked in, I'd stick my hand up, because I sure didn't want him to miss me. I think we worked every calf in Giles County and pulled every calf and done everything around at this time. I don't think we had any farmers could do anything at that time. We'd do that in the summertime, and guess what we'd do in the wintertime? We'd come in and get it. We'd be like a bunch of monkeys. We'd be out there climbing the trees and picking mistletoe to sell. So he had something for us to do all the time. We never did have very many real bad things that happened, because we was always a pretty good class. But it seemed like one time, I just barely do recollect, some kid got his pants pulled off down there and locked in the cloakroom, and I think a few people got spanking over that. Of course, I wasn't in on that, and I think when you got one of Mr. Perryman's spanking, you didn't want anybody else's spanking. But Mr. Perryman has done us a fine job up in this country for 37 years, and I think we're all privileged to be acquainted with him. And he tried to teach all his students the FFA creed, and as y'all all know, the creed goes: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. And that's how I classify Mr. Perryman tonight. He was living to serve other people, and he was, like somebody said a while ago, it wasn't very many things happened around here the last 37 years that he didn't have a party in some way or another. He didn't have to be asked to do it. He was just there to do it. So it is just really my honor and privilege to say a few words about him, and we know that God loves him and Clarabelle, and each and every one of us here tonight loves him very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. appreciate those comments. If you noticed on your invitation, it said that we were going to have this in the old gym. Perhaps you think that we've changed our plans. But we've got a new gym over here. We've got another gym over there, and this is the old gym. We got this gym from Tucker Knob. When we consolidated Tucker Knob with Kinta schools, they didn't have much up there that we needed, but we knew that Jay Boggs was such a good basketball player that we needed that gym down here. So now we've done some improvements. We've paved it and put up some new goal posts, but this is the old Tucker Knob gym that we're in right now, Jay. We'll call on Joe Ogle now to make some comments.